Hey guys, back with another Maple Story M video here, and today we're gonna do a reaction video to the world first Damien clear. Um, Sephi, Sepher, and his team. Shout out to them. They were insane. I was talking to him last week, and he was just so excited how close he was. He didn't want to, um, you know, share too much because he kind of just wanted to keep it under wraps and not give away too much until they cleared. But he was hopeful and excited, and they were real close a few times earlier in the week. So I'm glad that they finally got it done on that Thursday. Shout out to him. Thank him for. I mean, he's helped us out, helped me and my team out a ton. We're not even close to clearing. They surpassed us, a lot of teams. And the crazy thing before I get into this reaction video is just thinking about like how much ahead they are than everyone else. I haven't seen one team in NA, one team in Asia, anywhere that's even 20% as close as they are. I remember Lotus, people were, seconds away from clearing, and they had a bad RNG here and there, and they burned out. And the team that ended up clearing first, got the job done. But there's a lot of teams that were very, very close across Asia. But in Damien, there's no one close. This team was far and ahead of everyone else. And to be honest, their gear wasn't the best compared to other teams. Their team comp wasn't the best. They didn't have a shade. They didn't have crit 100% crit res. They had to do a lot of mix and matching, min maxing just to get it done with their team. So I'm excited to kind of dive into this. Huge shout out to them. I've seen the Phantoms point of view. I've seen some, obviously the Wind Archer point of view. I've seen other um, runs from previous videos, and I'm just happy that they got it done. They put a lot of work in. Their mechanics are top notch. Their gear is insane, but their mechanics and communication and just see like the synergy that they have as a team far exceeded their gear. So for all those people that are saying, just their DPS is insane, trust me, their gear is, but it's way more than that. And I'm going to kind of break it down and share kind of what I see from someone that's been doing it for a long time and who isn't even close. Things that we're trying to take away and trying to learn and um, put into our team and into our runs. But yeah, they are absolutely insane. So I'm excited to see. This is really only phase two because phase one is just a DPS race, to be honest. And so they get into this. This is the phase one to phase two animation here, and you can kind of see their DPS right off the bat. Let's see if we can, yeah. Um, let's see if we can get this better. Oh, nice, 1080. Yeah, so you can kind of see just under 2 minutes with all that transition from phase one to phase two. It's seriously like 30 seconds long, 20 seconds long. It's insane. But right off the bat, their time isn't much better in phase one. But they just crank through this thing. So one of the things that they do really, really well that we haven't figured out yet is this blue orb in the middle, this controlling it. Basically, what happens is this blue orb, it does take damage a little bit, which is more of an issue in the later run, later in phase two, but it does damage reduction. So anyone that's on top of it is going to do, I think, 10, maybe 20% damage. It's 90 to 80% damage reduction. So it's huge. It's like hard Magnus being outside of the force field, and obviously as the phase gets longer, these orbs get bigger, more of them spawn, and it's the biggest part of the phase two that they've mastered that everyone else hasn't. So phase one, phase two, they're cranking through this thing. You can see they're all just trying to avoid this orb, right? So they can do maximum damage. Positioning is key. They have a phantom blocking. Looks like he just used dark sight there to block the popcorn, we call it, meteor skill. And there, second orb. So you see there's 2 orbs now. There's essentially what we try to gauge, for our team, how we're tracking, if we're on the right schedule and timeline, is how quickly we get from one orb to the second orb to the third orb. Basically, it's based on this HP right here. So, 75%, 60%, whatever it is. They got to it real fast. They're about, I think when I did the math, they're about 30 seconds ahead of us. So it's not a huge gap, but then they far surpass us later on in the end game, end of this phase 2. But you can see the orbs, they do a much better job of just pushing these things away from the rest of the team. So you can see these icons right here. This is who has the orbs, who the orbs are following, and they rotate every 9 seconds, I think. And then aggro obviously is that second guy. But this is what we have a hard time kind of, it switches. So it switched right there. And then they do a good job of immediately, the people that it switched to, moving out of the way, away from the team. So like those orbs are far away from the rest of the team, allowing everyone else to do DPS and 100% uptime. So 8 people, 7 people are on the right side doing damage, and the 2 people, the orbs, are just moving away from the rest of the team. Basically, this is what people don't understand, right? If it's you're sacrificing your DPS for the betterment of the team, and that's really hard for top tier end game players to do. Is see their DPS get lost because they have to do, they can't attack the boss. So real props to them for doing this and doing it well. And then the other mechanic is this black altar in the middle. If you don't know, you need 5 people is the ideal number to fill this gauge. And that allows you to remove this number. So the number is 2 out of 7 on top of them. It removes in the branding stacks completely from the entire team. And that is the Damien special mechanic that is sort of priority number 2 after these orbs, because it creates these rotteds on the ground that one-shots everybody. You'll see, basically, you probably won't see it in this run because they do such a great job of clearing it. But the issue that we run into later on is just everything all at once. So they do a great job here of keeping the orbs away from the team. And you see they're pinning Magnet or Damien in this right corner right here. And the orb gets to the middle right there. So not, miscue by them. But you can see right back to the left. It switches and they move back. So they do a great job right there of immediately, kind of immediately transitioning, because it switches right there. And these 2 people are immediately out, right? They're out. Don't let it get to the team. Great transition. It's so hard when so many things going on to see that quickly and react and move. So they're on it. They're on it. And, their DPS shows. They're able to it's not, the thing is, there's a lot going on, but if you do it properly, these guys are just standing in the corner and DPSing, right? Wow, they got to 3 orbs at 541. That's insane. So this is the benchmark again. See how these orbs got bigger right here. They're small. And then third orb. Geez, that's so fast. We get there around 440, 340 maybe. Way behind them, obviously. But they just do a great job. Again, immediately, these orbs don't hit the team. They're in and out. And they're on this black altar. So one of the issues that we've had and that they do a great job with is, so these, when the 3 orbs come out, these orbs tick for 30K. You see 30, they got nice heal. They're doing 30K damage. So obviously if 3 orbs on top of you, you're going to get 90K ticks real fast. And that's not even the highest tick rate that it's at. But you see him, his HP is 250 plus. That is something that they prioritized in order to tank these orbs in the later stage of the fight. Basically not to die, allowing them to tank this, do this altar. right? Remove that branding, do a great job staying alive. 10 lives still through 5 minutes. Not even a res, probably, not even a death. They just do a great job. These people right here just getting those orbs away. Aggro keeps Damien on the right half of the map, keeps the blue orbs on the left as much as possible. And this is something that looks easy in theory. Not easy. Extremely hard. This is why they're the only ones that haven't been able to do it successfully and clear it. And everyone else is trying to catch up. So they do a great job here. Tornado blocking it. Like, these people aren't even DPSing on the left side. They're not even DPSing. They're just focusing on the orbs. Then they all move right for this. Did you just tank that? Yeah, they all just move for that. Dive did that. How much did that hit for? Sorry about that. I just wanted to see how hard that hit. Oh, I missed it. Did you just tank that? What was that? He just tanked that. Oh, what the? I gotta go ask him about that. I didn't even realize. Heaven's Door didn't proc. Huh. Okay. I don't know what just happened there, but he just tanked that dive. But you can see they're having a little bit of trouble here with this orb kind of crossing over the entire team, reducing their damage. And then Black Altars right there. You see 5 people stack up right here and clear that branding. So they do a great job again. They're fast. They're on it. And one of the things that I was talking about my team today after a Damien run is that this team does such a great job of, they know what's coming because it's a set skill rotation. They know what's coming before it's coming, right? Instead of kind of reacting and seeing that Black Altar on the ground or seeing like certain things happening, they know what's happening, gonna know what's gonna happen ahead of time. So they're already prepared. They're already looking for it. And that is such a huge advantage when everyone on the team is on that same page, on that same wavelength, where you can trust that if you're assigned to your role, that you are going to do it quickly, right? And be proactive about it. And so they just cleared that no problem. That is such a hard mechanic to master. And again, aggro is doing the job, keeping the boss on the right side. They all fly up here to avoid this dive, and the dive just goes straight back into the corner. Such a great job positioning. And the crazy part is, like, this is supposed to be the hard part. Like, 3 orbs, these things are ticking like crazy. They're huge damage reduction. You see, half the team is not attacking right now. There's people in the left corner, there's people in the middle, all over the place. Like, half the team right there was not even on the boss. And that's going to happen. Like, there's 3 people coming off the screen and like 6 people there, and then it's popcorn, but they're sacrificing their DPS. And like, if you're wondering, like, yeah, their gear is insane, but they're sacrificing DPS, and it allows them to still be ahead of schedule to do enough DPS. And I think that's what people don't really understand. Like, these people on the bottom that are doing the orbs and things like that are allowing these other people, just the top DPS, to do their job, to just stand in the corner, do damage. And there's a Black Altar in the middle. So they had a great job. So like right here, like, this is something that they talked about. So the Black Altar is right there in the middle. That's a White Altar. Black Altar. So like, normally, Zephyr is on the Black Altar, but since he's Orb, he stays on the left side, drags that orb away from the team, and someone else covers them. So that is, again, top-notch communication, synergy within the team. He's calling it out on the comms. I can't get the Black Altar. I needed someone to cover me. And immediately, look, he handles his job with the orb, and someone covers him for the black altar, and they clear it. No problem. And now you can see these orbs are taking 40K. Yeah, like that is what it takes. And these are taking 40K for the next 3 minutes, for the next 40% of phase two, the last 40%. These things are going to be ticking, hitting like trucks. Like if they overlap or do anything, 120K instant, like in a second, split second. Right. So like these are stuff you just don't see unless you kind of haven't, like you've seen it, like you don't know unless you've seen it before. But that is just such a small detail that goes unnoticed, that they just did a great job, like seamlessly covered each other, communicated. Like he's back. Orbs moved again. Great job here. Tornado. Then they're gonna dive up here. Dive. They're gonna blink, or he's gonna iframe. Position. Dive right back to the corner. They do a great job. They know how to keep that dive and that dashes into the right corner. It's things they studied over practice. This isn't stuff they tell you, right? It's not in the patch notes. It's just experience. It's just reps and just things that they find out that they are just one step ahead. They know what's coming. It's amazing to see. I swear, this is like this is insane. Props to them mechanically, team wise. All these guys did their job extremely well. Like it's not just the top DPS that are carrying. It's not just Miska and their DK that's number 2 and their Sia that's number 3. It's the whole team. Like without the rest of the 7 players, they wouldn't be able to clear. Right? Without the Bishop, who's healing, using Fountain, who's taking aggro, supporting, and all these other guys as well that are doing their jobs, these top DPS wouldn't be able to do it. Like everyone has to do their job. They have to sacrifice their DPS in order to allow the bigger DPS to do their job, to stand there and do DPS and things like that. So it's just so impressive, such great, so fun to watch. And this is the hardest part. 40K ticks, it's coming. Like, and they still have 10 lives. 7 minutes in, they still have 10 lives. They just used their first one right there. But like, this wasn't close. The crazy part is this was not a nail biter to the end. This was not close. They destroyed this run. This was S tier mechanics, gameplay, skill wise. Like they were on top of their game and they crushed it. So as you can see, like things are just getting a little more hectic, but their DPS is still cranking. They're just doing a great job of getting people having uptime on the boss. So right there, they all flew up. Like another little thing that you won't notice, that was supposed to be the petrify skill. If you watch a KMSM video, they get petrified. They have to, lack of DPS, so all just flew up. They avoided the petrify skill, back on top of it. Because if they got petrified, I would say most of them would have died like that guy. Petrified, it's a long petrified. The orbs would have just back and forth, wiped everyone out. Wasted time. They might not have cleared. That's like it's just little things like that that they did so well. They were on top of everything. Like orbs right there, 40K ticks, slowly starting to get to them. But they have so much wiggle room. They had given themselves such a cushion. And towards the end, this is just a DPS race. Like as the timer goes down and things like that, it's just about he's gonna die again. It's just about staying true to mechanics, not getting anxious and excited, and just staying and doing a role and trusting the rest of your teammates to get the job done and clear it. And I think that is very hard for these top tier, like all these guys have S tier gear, right? The best players of the game, the best gear. And I'm sure a lot of them would love to be doing more DPS, but all these people on the bottom could do more DPS too. But they choose to make sure that the orbs are in the right place, sacrificing for the black altars and getting the job done, and letting these DBs and these DKs just pump out damage. So Here, orbs are in such a great spot. Amazing. Like, I don't know, like we watched back our Damien run from earlier today, and it was not like this. Orbs were all over the place. And we had people, like 5 people here, dead person over here, and like 2 people doing damage. Right? That has nothing to do with gear. That has nothing to do with what class you play. That's just straight up their team just was on par. They're just their team was just on point. That's just mechanics. That's just synergy. And here, like their people are flying up before the skill is even happening. Right? They already know what's coming. They're prepped. They're prepared. They're like they have their game plan. They're getting it done. Right. So here, orbs are still going left. Great job. And they're a minute left and they're so close. They're iframe here, popcorn. They all move left. Get those orbs left, right? Get it away from the team, and they just move right back. When the boss comes down, do their DPS. Hype. Like perfect. Perfect all the way to the end. They had 3 lives left, but it wasn't really that close. I think they got excited and they kind of just hit a low in the middle. But it was all single deaths. It wasn't like mechanically, it was just people here and there kind of it happens, right? Deaths happen. But look at this. This is beautiful. Right down to the end. 45 seconds, the last 5%, people are still. Orbs to the left. Everyone's DPSing on the right. Like just picture perfect. Fly up here. One last black altar. They don't even do it. They're just like, we just got to DPS through this. Let's just get it done. So like you'll see right here, this black altar does not get filled. The gauge doesn't get filled. And these swords come out, right? This is like in phase 1. The swords come out, but it didn't matter. Like it was a rotted that showed up here at the end. The sword, rotted right here. This is what if you don't fill up the black, if it gets a 7 out of 7 and you don't fill those black altars, and remove the branding, you get these fire pits come out and just wreak havoc on top of everything else, the chaos that's going on. But insane. Like the fact that he did so much damage while he was orb, I swear for like a quarter of the time. Like people don't understand how insane that is. They have no shade. They don't have the crit res. They don't have split. They're a cannoneer. Just marvelous. This is shout out to all 10 of these guys. These guys were insane. Not just the top DPS. Like the entire team, like were amazing. Every single one of them. I mean, they even the bishop at the bottom, support, healing, keeping everyone alive. Like, it's not like if you show the healing amount, she probably did, I don't know, 10 mil healing, 10 mil healing, which is huge because it isn't a full heal anymore. It's 30% heals, things like that. It's just pretty insane. Congrats to them. I mean, this is just like our run today. Like, I was going to show it. We got like here. They got here in 4 minutes. We got all the way to the end. 10-minute run. We got here. I think Asia, some of them are a little further, maybe around here. It's not even close. Not even close. These guys were, what they did was honestly mind blowing, insane. I thought we needed to rebalance and then some for anyone to clear. Their gear is not that much better than everyone else's. They're just that much better players mechanically. They got it down. The synergy, whatever they did, just separated them. And I would be surprised if another team clears this week, this month, without another rebalance. Like what they did was just, I'm kind of speechless. Like I'm just so happy for them. They did a great job. They were they were one of the first few teams besides us to actually practice when it was impossible to clear. Like when people were complaining about needing rebalances or nerfing Damien, they were still grinding it out. They were ahead of the curve. They were being innovative. They were figuring things out that we never figured out. Um, they were just like insane. I don't even know what to say. Like I'm just like so happy for them. They hope they get the love they deserve. I mean, like Moonbeam posted it. MSM posted it. Like shout out to these guys. Just shout out. Amazing job. This was just like insane to watch. Every time I watch it, it's just another just like I pick up on something else incredible that they did mechanically. It doesn't look like anything on the surface. Like if you just watched it like with no idea what's going on, you're like, oh, that's easy. But like what they did was compared to like what Korean Maple Story did on their first clear, this is 10 times better. Like their HP pools are much less, cap is much less, obviously, but like their mechanics. Yeah, perfect. But I just wanted to react to this. This run was insane. Like I can't wait for us to clear. We are, like I said, we're not there yet. We had to run today. It's tough, but we're still grinding. Like I don't know what we got to do, but we got to figure something out. Our team is struggling DPS wise, mechanically, kind of hit a wall, but we're having fun. I think we're like learning a lot. We're still not discouraged. We're not demotivated or anything like that. It's funny. Like a lot of people are still not interested in making teams and trying, and like our group is just having fun. It's new content. Like we're trying new things. We're excited to play and fail, but play. And props to my team. But this is not about our team. This is about this world first clear. Show them some love. Thank you for watching. I hope this gives you guys a little bit of insight from my perspective, from someone that's been trying, and still gonna be trying. But shout out to these guys. They did amazing. I'll be trying to post some Damien content later. Um, patch notes in a few days. New update. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, show some love to I'll put the comments, all the point of POVs that I saw out there on YouTube. Show them some love. Follow them, subscribe to them, like them, comment on their videos. They deserve it. But thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.